Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the practice log. Alright, well, it's another morning session. Yeah, I just woke up, but we have a lot of stuff to do today, and I mean that. Let me explain what I'm talking about. Yeah, we got another day of Bach ahead of us. As I mentioned in the last one, I've been getting some ambitious students, so I need to look at the music that they're learning, so I can help them learn it. So we got all the usual stuff today. I'm gonna be working on Villa-Lobos 1001, the whole dang thing. And I mainly just need to get the presto down for that. Everything else is pretty smooth, I'd say. Oh man, I'm really tired. I sleep in late, and I'm kind of lazy. I'm sure you know how it is. We're all musicians here. We're all lazy and we don't want to work. Also be diving into BWV 1009, the cello suite, the Prelude. I will probably just go through the whole thing though, so we'll see how quickly I go through the Prelude. After all this Bach I've been reading, I kind of had a moment last night where I got like a little emotional, where I was just like, man, Bach didn't have to write all this. Like, what if Bach just didn't exist? Because I don't know, you can really tell, like, when you're reading and listening to Bach, it just has, like, this really unique flavor, where it's, like, this classical counterpoint, but it has so much personality, too. What a man Bach was. So I was, like, last night, I was just thinking about it. I was like, God, thank God he was alive and, like, wrote so much music. Because he did, he wrote a lot of music. So I'm looking forward to getting into that. That'll be fun, starting a new suite. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the non-practice portion of this log. We're gonna figure it out, so, you know, things get kind of mixed up. Let's go. Oh, my butt is restored from a night of rest. That's nice. As usual, I'm gonna start with a little bit of scales, but I'm not gonna waste too much time on that, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, I think I'm about done for today. Well, for this morning. I always have to stipulate that. I practiced a lot of the Bach. I made some pretty good progress on 1009. So, you know, slow and steady. I'm not gonna power learn that one like I did the Sarabande. And I worked on the Presto, of course, and I played through everything, and I'm just trying to work that out and make it like a finished product. My channel is called Sore Hands, but I feel like the Mozart Variations is my lowest quality piece. And taking a look at it and really reflecting on it, and I think I'm playing it a bit fast. I'm playing it like pretty substantially higher than the written tempo. So here's what I'm gonna do. Before we get into whatever we're gonna do after this, I am going to just play through the entire thing, and I'm gonna keep it really consistent. I'm gonna be mindful of tempo, and the tempo will be slower. Yeah, and I'm just gonna try to make it as high quality as I can, and we'll just see how that goes. So I'm just gonna perform through it. Let me bring you closer. Yeah, I have you set in performance mode now. So, you know, we're just gonna go through this thing, see how it goes. Okay, so that's where we're at. I'm just gonna abandon playing it fast and just build it up. I feel like it should be kind of treated as like a whimsical, kind of dainty piece. Like da 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 da. Well, I'm done practicing for this morning, so let's make our way to the computer and just kind of chill out for a bit. Come on. Yeah, let's get into it. I know that these aren't the most popular videos that I make. I feel like there's value, and I kind of like how this room looks like a painting.
Have to even create a hierarchy of
Yeah, dude, classical's good at that.
which are the most important things to think about. And it depends, it changes all the time. So there is technical matters of putting down the fingers and moving the bow, but there is
That's like the basics of violin right there.
I mean, there is melody, there is rhythm, there is articulation, and could be that you have all of those things to think about. It could be.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is something that you need to always be aware of. This is why when I talked a little bit about spontaneity in performance, spontaneity of what? You have to plan what to do.
She's like, I wish my husband would be spontaneous. It's been the same old thing for 30 years.
I mean, if you don't know what
She's
to
like,
do,
she's like, give me something new. I'm reaching for anything I can right now.
spontaneity is not going to get you far.
Yeah, not with Miriam Fried. You gotta give her more than just being spontaneous. You gotta... I don't know what I'm saying. Look at that painting over here. Y'all seeing that? Looks like a supreme pizza. I just got done practicing. My brain is like all over the place right now.
The planning needs to be done in the sense of saying, okay, I need to think about this and this and this and this and this, which is number one, which is number two.
My mind keeps going back to her marriage that I'm like making up. I like to think that all of her teaching is based on her marriage problems.
Yeah.
So I'd like you to do it one more time. Think about your bass, think about the rhythm, and think about the harmony in that order. Okay?
See if she does it.
And I think it's easier and if you allow it to ring, it rings beautifully. It really does, and your violin does too. So let it, allow it to ring. If you keep the bow stuck on the string, it kills the reverberation. This is one of the advantages of the Baroque bow. As you go up higher, it doesn't have much weight, so it lightens up.
Oh, I see.
It automatically allows it to do it. And as I said,
That's not really relevant to us, is it? So, play with Baroque nails. I guess that would just be no nails, but don't do that because, you know.
honestly, I think it really is a good... So this comes out much better, I think. Yeah, and so here it gets closer together. So the end of one thing becomes the beginning of the other, and so they're really overlapping more than they were before. Make me feel that it becomes busier.
I like how she's separating the voices. Okay, I kind of hear that. I'm not going to get my guitar right now, but that does give me something to think about with that part.
I have a question.
Uh-oh.
So what are you interested here
What are you trying to do here? Like, what is this?
in? What are you interested in? There's kind of a repetition, but not exactly. So what is of interest?
Harmony,
And
bass.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
one more thing that I think is interesting,
Rhythm? Is it going to be rhythm?
and that is the change of registers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, all right. Well,
Have high, low, middle. The harmony is the one thing, and then the changes of...
also, that's a classic. Like, what are we interested in right now? Bass is a really solid answer to that. The change in register is kind of oddball.
To voice it a little bit. Imagine, again, a chorus. Who would be singing which part?
Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, the violin is not an orchestra. Do not talk like that. The guitar is the only instrument where you're thinking of other instruments while playing it.
How is the sound of the different voices going to manifest itself? And then where do you have more tension and where do you have less tension harmonically? Right now, you were showing me the rhythm. The rhythm is the same. The rhythm here,
Dang, the rhythm was unimportant. I would have flunked out of her class. I got it wrong.
Is no longer the most interesting thing. It's important, and the lilt of the rhythm we need. But it's not necessary to explain because we already understand.
Yeah.
So do it again
Yeah.
and try to explain what is new.
Okay. Let's see. Do it. Terrible.
Yeah. And the other thing is, this is
Okay, I'm gonna save the rest of it. We're gonna cut it off a little early today because, you know, I did a lot of work. I think, in not the next episode, but the episode after tomorrow will be an extravaganza. Whoa, that'll be pretty cool. You guys excited for that? I wonder what I'm gonna do. So, you know, the Miriam fried, I don't know exactly how helpful this is because it is pretty violin-centric. I will think about the change in register thing though, because that is kind of important. Alright, well, let's go ahead and wrap this one up. So, God, my voice. I'll see you in the outro. Alright, well, thanks for joining me on this practice adventure. Yeah, you know, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe, leave a like. You want some guitar lessons? I'll give you some guitar lessons. All you gotta do is ask. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to leave them and I'll talk about them at some point in the chair. That's where I tend to do that. Well, I guess we can wrap this one up. I'm gonna go do some stuff outside because it's a nice day. So, I'll see you tonight.